There's damage and debris everywhere tonight. An LAPD bomb disposal truck loaded with illegal fireworks explodes in South LA. The massive bust and the devastating blast.
16 people injured when that bomb disposal truck exploded. It was all captured by our KCAL9 camera on the ground and Sky 9 in the air.
Officers were clearing out a garage packed with illegal fireworks when the blast turned the South LA neighborhood into what looked like a war zone. Cars blown apart and debris all over the street. We have live team coverage tonight, beginning with KCAL9's Nicole Comstock, who's been on scene all day. Nicole?
Jeff and Susie, this was just such an unexpected and devastating end to this fireworks bust in South Los Angeles. If you take a look behind us here at San Pedro Street and Adams, you can see these ambulances with stretchers on standby, fire department officials just waiting to wheel it out if they need to take any other injured victims to the hospital to be checked out for their injuries. This was an absolutely massive blast when this bomb disposal truck blew up in the middle of this residential neighborhood on 27th Street. We want to get you right to that video right now so you can see how incredible that was. It blew the roof right off that armored van. It blew the sides out. The windows on nearby businesses and homes blasted out instantaneously. And people were injured, too, not only inside their homes, but tons of people who came and were standing on the streets to see what they thought would just be a pretty neat show. I mean, they thought they would hear a big boom inside the truck. Everyone would be safe. People had their kids standing outside. Some of those people were taken away and bleeding from some injuries we're hoping were all pretty minor out here when the shrapnel was flying. We'll go ahead to the next video here, and you can see LA Fire Department officials wheeling stretchers out to those injured people. At the last update, we're hearing that 16 people total were hurt out here. That's 9 LAPD officers who were told all have minor injuries, 1 member of the ATF, and then 6 neighbors who live in this neighborhood, some probably inside their homes and some just standing out on the streets. The next video, you can see the garage that these fireworks were stockpiled in. We're talking giant pallets of fireworks, over 5,000 pounds, the LAPD says. They took a forklift, and all day long for hours, they were filling up the back of a big rig out here, trying to get what they said were homemade improvised explosive devices out of that home and into this armored vehicle. They say they were basically like really, really big M80s. Clearly, they may not have known what exactly they were dealing with out here, and that came in from a tip from a concerned neighbor who wanted them to come check in on this home. The next video we have here, you can see the bomb disposal truck being loaded out here with those pallets of fireworks. They were doing that for hours, and at 7:28, they put that last load in. We saw 2 officers get ready to set this thing off. Everyone thought they were going to be safe out here, but within 7 minutes later, that entire truck exploded and caught everyone out here off guard. The large question out here right now is, what went wrong? Was it that these homemade improvised explosive devices were much more powerful than they had anticipated? Was it possibly that they were placed in the wrong position inside of that truck and that caused a more devastating explosion? A lot of neighbors want to know, too, why, if they weren't really certain what this person had created with these homemade fireworks, why this bomb disposal truck wasn't taken to a safer location, maybe a big empty parking lot or a park with open space. A lot of people feel like, they should have been safe when this happened, and they have a lot of questions tonight.